and hand you down to pitchside LFC TV's Peter McDowell.
Thank you, George. Good evening, everybody.
Welcome. This is Solo P1. It seems like it's been a while since I've been on the camera. It has been a while. Been about 4 or 5 days. But we have been doing streaming. We've been doing some watch alongs of the Champions League. So content was still coming out. But we're back after a little break, enjoying this heat while it lasts in the UK. Because most likely it's going to probably rain tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after, or the day after. But we're not here to do the weather. We're here to talk about the game. Not really important, really. We sealed our fate, really. 3rd place in the Premier League. We can't go higher than that. So it doesn't matter if we lose, we're still going to be 3rd. Looks like Villa's getting 4th, which I'm happy for Villa. They were my pick at the beginning of the season to get Champions League. But yeah, Liverpool finished 3rd in the table. Not what I wanted, but the positive coming out of this is that we're going to be in the Champions League again. And when Liverpool get in the Champions League, we tend to do well, being 6-time Champions League winner. So I'm going to bring in my coach, who's my partner in crime. He's Toto Ara.
Yeah, big up, man.
Big up, Toto. How's it going, bro?
Yeah, man, you know, things have been good this weekend, actually. Pretty positive. Usually I'm always negative, but, you know, it's pretty positive this weekend.
It is
you know, having that podcast to Ty Cuthbert after 6 months, it was really, really good to talk to him again. He said it was really, really talk to me.
Yeah, I caught that. Was cool, man.
We had some talk off camera, but I don't want to mention that because, you know, it's all between me and him. But yeah, look, podcast, how it went really, really good. You know, we had over 100 views in the house. Most on Twitter because you promoted on Twitter. Tell them to go on YouTube. I picked up, I think, a sub on YouTube, which any sub counts really. I'm appreciative for any sub that comes on the channel and shows support. On the Twitter side, my post actually when we released the video, when the live finished and released the video, promoted it and all that stuff. Me and him promoted it. My post actually got 300 views on the bounce. So he did a load of 300 views. And he says, wait until, and he said to me on DM, wait until Mexican people wake up, because you know Mexican, when it's daytime here, they're sleeping, but wait until the Mexicans wake up, right? They woke up, and how many views did I get? I went from 300 views to 1,000 views on Twitter, got 1,000 hits on Twitter, which is absolutely amazing. That's the most I've ever got in my life. And I told him, look, I'm really, really appreciative for this. Thanks for all this. Thanks for the support. You know, more podcasts will be coming. Podcasts usually going to be every 2 weeks, because what he's there to talk about, usually doing the podcast every week. And what's on the good side that he said he wants to do a little bit of football. What he said, on the good side as well, that, you know, we do football videos. He said he wants to do a little bit of football with me as well. He wants to do a football podcast with me because he loves football. I think he plays football for a team in real life. And he absolutely loves it, supports Newcastle, and having a separate show for football as well for me and him, it will be absolutely amazing. So, everything's positive this weekend.
Yeah, man, sounds like you've been busy. I did catch that podcast, and the podcast was good. I heard you're going to put it on iTunes and Spotify. You're going to get onto that, bro. You've got your get onto that. You know, you're going to do your iTunes with the Cuthberg. Put that on iTunes and Spotify. Get it out there. Got to get it out there, bro. Don't sit on that. It's good. It's good podcast. I watched it yesterday. You went into detail, you and Tyler Cuthberg, about your experience with karting and you know what I mean. It's good. It's a good thing. So it's always a good thing when something different comes along, you know. And all right, this is our channel. This is our channel, but it's good to do other stuff as well.
Yeah, because he has a big fan. I'm not just having him there because I personally like the guy. You know, he does karting. He does everything, man. He does karting. We relate. We kind of like compare to each other a little bit about the. You know, we all know the karts, the rental karting. You know, rental karting places. There's sometimes and the rigged car, right?
Of course,
we got that in common as well. It's happened to him, you know. So you can tell the way he's talking is more like, you know, genuine. You know what I mean? And I met him on Twitter when he was like, not like really young, when I was like 13, 12, right? And I think I've known him for about a couple of years now, but I always used to like his tweet, comment on his tweets. So it was a slow build up, and then I said to him, look, we got the same things in common, right? We both like each other's tweets. We both like what we're doing. We both do karting. Why not do a racing podcast, right? We got it done. Then we left it for 6 months because I was busy with stuff. I always put it off. And so I'm finally talking to him again. Got the podcast done, and next 2 weeks there will be another one. So check out that.
Yeah, of course, man. Just keep going. The internet is really, really bad. You know, it's really lagging. If you want, you can leave and come back in again. It's really, really lagging. Really, really lagging.
On my side,
it is. I'm not sure if it's me. Because
it
looks like the connection. It's really, really hot. Go on. It's all right. Continue, mate, bro. Keep continue. Go on.
Your camera's fine.
Go on. Continue. Yeah, no, but it must be on your end then. Yeah, but it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Just overall to round up what I've been doing, you know, podcast on my channel. Feel free to do that. Feel free to check that out because it's a really, really good podcast. Half an hour long, so it's not like a big 2-hour podcast. So if you do have a little bit of time on your hands, feel free to check that out. It's a really, really good podcast. Got to get a thumbnail done for that because don't really have a thumbnail set up for that podcast. I used to, but I got to get a template going and all that stuff. And plus, we're getting a logo together as well. Don't forget, you know, we're going to do a logo.
Yeah.
Animated logo where it's going to have us two, it's going to have the name of the podcast and all that stuff. That's coming on the channel. So, yeah, it seems like it's going to go forward a lot. Yeah, I'll leave and come back in. Yeah.
Leave and come back in. The connection is really bad, but we're going to continue this anyway. Leave and come back in. So, Why Toto gets that sorted because the connection is really bad. Sorry, guys. I was watching, there's 6 people watching on Twitter, 0 on YouTube. I get it. So basically, we're going to talk about, we've got a game tomorrow, Aston Villa. And like I said at the beginning, it's not really important, really. I'm going to bring in Toto Hammer again. See if we can load back in. Yeah, the connection is really bad. So if we can do these, hopefully we can get through these player ratings. Speak now, see if you're all right.
Hello,
can you hear me, Toto? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you
now. The connection. I can see the bar feed. It's really bad. I'm not sure if anyone's uploaded anything where I am, but it's really bad.
I think it's StreamYard, because it's saying on my end as well that the bar's bad. I think it's StreamYard.
Don't worry about. We'll get through it. So Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Your thoughts on this game? I just said at the beginning of the video. I just don't think whatever. It is what it is. But what do you think of this game?
Look, I think these games are meaningless now. You know, you can say that it's meaningless. We've got top 4 in the bag. There's no need to play these games. You know, I think these last two games, I want to play our hearts out. You know, for Klopp, and I caught the last game of the season. I really want to win the last game of the season, because if we don't beat Wolves on Klopp's send off, that's an absolute embarrassment. You know, but I think this game, if Villa wins, again, it's one of them. I don't care. If we win, it's one of them. You know, of course I care if Liverpool win, but it's just one of those games I just don't really care. You know, but look, I say this before the match, but when it actually comes to the match, I'm on my toes and I'm celebrating and I'm excited. You know, because it's football. When you're in that moment, right? It's all right saying all that stuff before, but when you're in that moment, you're gonna celebrate. You're gonna shout, right? You're gonna care.
Of course. When Liverpool score, of course, when they do score, just like when I was watching their last game, and we scored and we won the game. I was happy at the time, but after the game, when the game finished, when the conclusion of the game, when it finally ended, 5 minutes after the game finished, we was back to okay, we won the game, but what are we actually getting out of it? Nothing really. We can't go up and we can't go down. We can't go to second place, and we can't go to fourth place. We're stuck in where we are. That's just the way it is. Just like Bill Shankly said, if you are first, you are first. If you are second, you are nothing. Very simple. Great words from the great man, the late, great Bill Shankly, the one who built the foundation for this club, Bill Shankly. Look, if you're not first, you're last. That's it. Second and third. It's okay getting in the Champions League, and there's nothing wrong with getting in the Champions League, and I'm glad that we're in the Champions League. I know you really wanted to get in the Champions League, so I know you kept saying it. Everybody does. I understand. But if you're not winning the league, you're last, in my book. It's just like in a race, Formula One race. If you don't win it, who cares about second and third? Nobody cares about second and third. There's no record about the most seconds, how many times you come second. The record is race wins, not second. You get me? So if you're not winning, you're losing. But great word from the great man, Bill Shankly. So, look, we just need to get through this. I know it's frustration. Regarding Liverpool, people say Klopp let the club down. People say that Salah let the club down. People say Nunes let the club down. You know who let the club down? The team. The team let us down. Let the fans down. The team, a collective of the team. The collective unit, the team, let us down at the end.
I don't like ranting. I don't like going over the top with ranting and that. But I'm just sick and tired of people just blaming individuals. You know, we lose a game, then it's Klopp. You know, we win a game, then
and Linders.
We lose a game, it's Klopp, Linders, whatever. Right? It's not Klopp and Linders, right? If plays, Klopp can look. It's common sense for the manager. They set up the tactics. They set up the players how they want them to play. You know, if the players are not meeting the system, it's simply because they're not, good on that day. But the system's all right. What Klopp has a great system. If we get players who miss open goals, we get players who are not good in the final third, that is not Klopp and Linda's fault, and it's definitely not the coaching staff's fault. It's not the coaching staff, right? The professional footballers, right? They should know how to put the ball in the back of the net. There's so many chances. It's not just Salah and Nunes. It's the whole team. Diaz missed open chances. Nunes missing open chances. Salah missing open chances. Jota missing open chances. Look, people think that Jota's clinical. He's clinical, right? But when he came off his injury and he played a couple of games, he missed sitters. He missed a couple of sitters. So again, you got to blame Jota. It's not just them fault. It's the whole team missing. Klopp has a good system. He has a good possessive system. I like the way he plays. Even though I prefer the more of a charging type, but I like the way he played, nice and controlled. But if them players can't put the ball in the back of the net when they have an open chance, you got to blame that on the player.
100%. Big up, Alexander Dallas.
Hey, big
up, bro. Welcome. Thanks for your continued support on this channel. I've just got to follow. Big up to Mo YNAWA. You'll never walk alone, Mo. Big up to you. With your big Twitter following. Man, he's got 1,836 followers. Just followed me on Twitter. Because I put out a tweet. Bill Shankly put out not Bill Shankly, but he put out a picture of Bill Shankly with some words on it, and I said facts, and he followed me. Big up, man. If you're watching me on Twitter, remember to go over to YouTube and hit that like button on Twitter because we're live and I'm live on YouTube. So just click on the video and you'll see it on YouTube and smack that like button, man. Big up to you as well. Mo, you'll never walk alone. So I know what you're saying there, Toto. Look. But regarding signings, before we get into the player ratings, I think Klopp, obviously he wanted more power at the team, or when Edwards and that was there. He wanted more power at the team and it happened. Okay. And I've got to admit, some of the signings that Klopp's made, that he refused. Look, remember Klopp didn't want Mo Salah, He didn't want Mo Salah. That was Edwards that wanted Mo Salah. I don't think he wanted DVD either. But Klopp has made some mistakes. I think the training regime at Liverpool is too intense. It's too much. It's too intense. And when it gets to the final third of the season, the running would tend to fall away. I think the training regime is too much, and I think we do something like 2 a day, high intensity. And I think that in the end, look, having that training regime, I think that kind of contributed to our downfall towards the end of the season as well. I think the training, this is where the injuries pile up as well. Look how many injuries we had, bro. Look how many injuries we had. That's high intent. That's contributed for the training as well. It's not just. You can't just blame the players. You got to blame the training. You got to blame Klopp and the training team. You get me? You have to blame them as well. The high intensity training. Maybe instead of doing 2 a day, there should be 1 a day. You get me? Or kind of slow it down a bit. I think it's too much. I think out of all the clubs in the Premier League, I think Liverpool train the hardest. I think out of all the Premier League teams.
Yeah, because it's like without injuries as well. That's not going to help.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Like I think with like Thiago and all that couldn't really, fit in with the training. Soon as they come back, they play a couple games and for some reason they're injured next day. That's just Thiago. Every time he plays one game, he gets injured anyway. There's just the injuries are such a problem at our club, and it's got to be the training scheme while that's happening. Of course, there is some injury-prone players in our club, but our whole huge problem is players going out for either an international break, then we lose out on them players, or it's just the training scheme where they could be fit, but they're not fit to play the game next day. It's just the way it is.
What about when you remember when Konate was slightly injured and Klopp still letting go on international? You remember that?
I can't hear you, so like you cutting off and out.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Do you remember when Klopp sent out Konate on international duty when he was injured a bit? You remember?
Yeah.
When Konate was slightly injured, he just come off an injury, And when the international break come along, it was a friendly. He let Konate go out on international duty. Now, if that was Pep Guardiola said, "No, you're not going." He would have probably put out a statement to say that he was injured, so we didn't go. And that was coming up to the running as well. I thought it's stuff like that Klopp made mistakes. What Klopp should have done is he just said, "Look, you're not going. Yeah, you're staying here. You just come off an injury, and we'll put something out in the press and say, that you're injured, so you don't go." Because we needed Konate then, a fit Konate. Because you remember when Konate come back after international break, he was still injured a little bit and he wasn't right. And then he had these things like that, little key decisions like that Klopp could have done better at the time. I think Klopp seems like... Go on.
Like game management as well has been a huge problem for us this season. We're starting some of our main players in small, less crucial games. When we had them early FA Cup stages, we shouldn't have started our main players. We should have started our youth players, Europa League games, group stages. We should have started our youth instead of the main team. I remember some of the Europa games where Klopp started the whole main team. We played the whole team in the Premier League that week. It's just game management's been a whole problem. This is why you can blame Klopp on that side, game management. But I think the tactics you can't blame, and the losses you can't really blame because the players couldn't put it in. Simple as that. But yeah, Klopp.
We're not putting in the net yet. Pause. Not putting in pause. Do you know when Klopp? When the players didn't put it in the net? Pause. Do you think that, or do you think it come down to lack of quality, or do you think it come down to basically they just bottled it?
I think
it's the third for me. Experience a bit and bottled it.
But we have got some experience. Diaz has been at the club for some time. Time. But I think the only unexperienced one is not even Nunes either. He has got some experience in his belt. He played in the Champions League, right?
Exactly.
He won the league with Benfica.
So this is what I'm saying. I think it's the more the third one.
Yeah, but
the kind of when it got to that part of the season where we needed players like Diaz to step up, we needed players like Nunes to step up. We needed veteran, senior players like Mo Salah to step up. They didn't do it. They didn't step up. And this is what's frustrating about our season, the way it ended. I felt like, look, I knew we weren't going to do the treble. The quad. So that was just basically, that was magnified by the rival fans. When people say, we're going to win the quad, we're going to win the quad. You got a couple of rival fans who will come out and say, you're going to win the quad. Yeah, you're going to win the quad. And as soon as you say to them, we're going to win the quad, they can use that for content, do the old clipping like they always do. Hey, let's clip the video. So when we don't win the quad, they can pull the video out and say, look, you see, you said you were going to do it. You said you were going to. So Marks in the chat room can laugh and it's entertainment. I get it. It's YouTube. I know how it is. But what I'm saying is I never thought we was going to win the quad. Ever. I just wanted to win the league. Now, if we would have won the European Cup on the way, the Europa, no problem. But my sole focus was the Premier League. I wanted to win the Premier League because once you win the Premier League, you're the king. You're the top of the food chain, best league in the world, top of the food chain. You're at the top. That's why I wanted to win the league. Another European trophy, that would have been good, no problem. But now we're walking away with a Carabao Cup. I know it's a trophy, but we're walking away with a Carabao Cup. That's one more trophy. We got more than Man United, by the way. So, look, it is what it is. The season ended how it ended. Most likely now it's going to be slot. It still hasn't been confirmed yet, There's still no confirmation that I don't think I've saw any confirmation that Slot is coming to our club. I've heard people go, it might happen. This might happen. It's confirmed.
No, it's confirmed now. It's confirmed.
So it's actually confirmed.
Yeah. Contracts is confirmed now, yeah.
So that's good. So it's confirmed now that Slot is going to be the Liverpool manager. What do you think about these new guys coming in? It's like the old band again.
Yeah, man. No, that famous front three, Mane, Firmino, Salah.
No, I'm not on about that.
I know they were all involved in, when we were winning stuff. Recruitment, transfers, bringing the right players in. Edwards was the one that was in control of transfers. He was the one who had the say. Whoever comes in the club. Like for an example, you know, Klopp didn't want Salah at the club, and Edwards was like, no, we know something is in Salah. You know, brought Salah to the club. And look how good he is now. And like Mane as well, come from Southampton. You never expect a player from Southampton to like go to Liverpool and make that much impact. Edwards bring them in. Klopp didn't. I don't think Klopp wanted him, but really a Klopp signing. So Edwards, all the signing when we had that absolute amazing team from Liverpool, the absolute main front three, midfield, that was all down to Edwards bringing the transfers in. You know, and it's just great what Liverpool could turn into. You know, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time with the transfer, getting used to the system. Of course, the new manager coming in. The manager, I don't think will really. He will have a little bit of a say in transfers, but not really a big say in transfers. But I think it's going to look good for Liverpool in the future. You know, bringing back the old band. You know, when we used to win that stuff. Yeah, that's just my view on it.
Now, I'm going to talk about this now because we're going to do a Nunes video after about the Nunes hate. We'll get into that after the video. But what do you think of, like, you know, remember back in the day when Edwards left, yeah, and then they brought in Julian Ward. Julian Ward replaced Edwards as a sporting director at Liverpool after Edwards left. So Julian Ward was like the replacement because there were two in harmony anyway. But when Michael Edwards left and they brought in a new sporting director in 2003, which was Julian Ward, which they worked together anyway. He was still a good successor to Michael Edwards. They've just brought back Julian Ward. He's going to be the technical director now for FSG. So that's basically the whole band back together again. So you got Julian Ward, you got Michael Edwards working together back in the day when it was good, and then Michael Edwards fell out with Klopp. He left, and then Julian Ward kind of became the next guy. So basically, when Michael Edwards left, because he fell out with Klopp, which we know why. His right hand man, which was Julian Ward, replaced him as sporting director, and he done an immense job. Now they've brought back. We know that Michael Edwards will come back now. He's going to be the top guy. He's going to be in the board. Michael Edwards has brought his old mate back, the one he used to work with, his sporting director. He's brought back Julian Ward. And that is very good news. Julian Ward is back, and he's going to be the He's going to be the technical director of FSG. So you've got the old band back together now. So you got Michael Edwards who came back last month, and now you got Julian Ward all back together. When we had them two working in harmony, we was at our best for recruitment. We had the best recruitment, not just in the Premier League. We had the best recruitment in the whole world regarding football, and this is why I think Man United tried to poach one of them about a year ago. Not going to happen. Not going to Man United. But what I'm saying is, what do you think about this, bro?
Yeah, coming in new technical director. You know how we had the high intensity training with Klopp. Technical director, basically what they do, people that
I know what they do.
I'm sure you know they're involved with strategy. You know, analyzing.
Oh, yeah, but what do you think of him coming back?
It's going to be good. He's going to be good when he comes back. You know, he's going to have the right training scheme. Of course, the new manager, he's going to basically control what the training people.
What do you think? Are you happy about it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy about it.
The thing about it, Edwards, Ward, who served as an assistant to Edwards, and then his successor in the role of sporting director. That's what I just said. I'm reading off this panel there. Because, like I said, Michael Edwards was the old sporting director back in the day, and when we was killing it, and Ward was his right hand man. And when Edwards left Liverpool, because he felt like Julian Ward replaced him, and now they're both back working together like the old days, and it's getting very good news for Liverpool. So obviously, what do you think of the recruitment coming forward? Can you see big names coming to Liverpool?
Yeah, I'm not going to say big names because I still think. You know, FSG, it's about their owners. Our owners are still a problem. You know, giving financial.
Yeah.
But I'm not really going to expect. I'm going to be blatantly honest. I'm not going to expect big names coming to the club. I still think that.
I think we get big names. I think we get a mixture.
Yeah, we'll get a mixture of young players. Developing. We still get young players. Yeah. You know what Liverpool is? We're youth based. We've got Elliot coming from the youth, Trent coming from the youth, you know. So we are really, really
Yeah, I'm not including them. Trent came for the youth. Yeah, he was always there. But what I'm saying is, this is good news for Liverpool. I know we're gonna attract big names, but you remember there's a lot of names that Liverpool wanted when they had Edwards there, that who they wanted, and Klopp didn't want. Just like he said, he wanted Salah. When we brought Salah, he thought there was nothing about Salah. He thought no, and what happened when we brought him in from Edwards, and that ended up being a baller, ended up being one of the Liverpool's all-time legends. So this is what I'm saying. I think Klopp should have been. Look, I know Klopp wanted more power at Liverpool, and understandable for what he did at the club, but he weren't just him what done at the club. He weren't just him. If you remember, if we went for Edwards and mans like that, we wouldn't have had Mo Salah, we wouldn't have had VVD, we wouldn't have had them. We would have went somewhere else. VVD could have probably went to Man United or probably went to Man City, but because of our great recruitment system, we brought them in, and this is where Klopp should have just stayed. Look, I understand where Klopp's coming from. The more you're in the job, the more success, you want more power. I get it. But what I'm saying is he should have been better just as a manager, coaching the club. Now, when Arne Slot comes in, which is confirmed, like you said, when Arne Slot comes in, Arne Slot will be, his job will be coaching the team. He's not going to get involved. He ain't going to get involved in transfers. Nah. That's going to be Edwards and the other guys. That's what they're going to be doing. So when the Slot, his main job is to just coach the team. And that's all he's going to do. Keep it simple. You know, Toto, the more simple it is for the manager, the better. You know this, Toto.
Yeah.
So, what you reckon? So, you good to go, yeah?
Yeah. You know, I think that's, like I said, there's going to be a really, really big future coming to Liverpool because, you know, this season, if you compare our previous, we didn't even have a sporting director. You know, everything was run by Klopp. You know, everything was run by Klopp, transfers, and he didn't really have no advisor. He didn't.
Last year, you mean?
Yeah, and this season as well.
Yeah, this season as
well. Well, majority of the season, right, except from the back end of this season, and we didn't have no director, no technical director, no proper one who's going to be.
No, but I know what we did before, and look at, and I 100% agree.
You know, and Klopp didn't really have no advisor. You know, if Klopp wanted
because he wanted the power for himself, he didn't want Edwards. See, when him and Edwards clashed, that's what I'm saying. They clashed, didn't it? Yeah. This is why Michael Edwards left, because they clashed, and then the thing he took over. Yeah, Julian Ward took over. He's Michael Edwards' right man, and Julian Ward left, and eventually Klopp was on his own, the sole survivor. And ever since, you got to look at the record. Ever since them two guys left, our recruitment hasn't been the best. All right, McAllister's a good signing, absolutely amazing. Big up. That was a good sign, McAllister. But you know what I mean. The other ones we're not sure. Nunes is probably going to be on his way this season. Yeah, he's out the door. Diaz is going to probably be out the door. There's rumors about Nunes about Barcelona coming calling for him, whatever. Yeah, so. He's only been at our club a couple of years. Michael Edwards publicly went out in the news and said, Michael Edwards says that the signings lately hasn't been that good. So he's already put it out there already. That he's saying that the signings lately at Liverpool hasn't been good. But when they was there, we had Edwards and Julian Wards. Boom, we was the best when it came to recruiting players. So we're going to enough to talk about that now. We're going to get in the player lineup, yeah? Enough of that. We've had our little rants. We're going to get into this nice little debate, Toto. It's good when it's like this.
Mm.
So, there we go. So, Toto, what are you saying, bro? Not yet. I'm just doing something on the computer.
Yeah, I think we're going to go with the same lineup. You know, it was last time. Yeah, but going into this game, Villa at home, it's not going to be an easy game. It's definitely not going to be an easy game. If Villa does beat us, I'm not surprised. You know, it's at home, and even though they've got top 4 seals, I think it's going to be a good game because, look, both teams got Champions League spots sealed for next season. It's going to be a really, really good game. Villa and Liverpool. Villa, of course, going to have that home advantage with the Park. But, yeah, I don't really expect, you know, a big score line from this game. I think, you know, if to be non-biased, I think it's going to be a draw. You know, a 2-2 draw. That's what I think.
Karen.
I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. That's what I think because there's going to be no high goal scoring. They're both good teams. And two good managers, Unai Emery and Klopp. What a manager Unai Emery is, and what he's doing with Villa, he's a good, really good.
Brilliant.
Coming from Arsenal rejecting him. Coming to Villa, he's
he didn't reject him. He went to Arsenal, but they got rid of him, which they shouldn't have. I think he won him a cup anyway, but I think he should have stayed at Arsenal.
Yeah, because Unai Emery is an absolute amazing manager.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't expect a Liverpool win. I don't even expect a Villa win. I think it's going to be a draw between these two.
You see, I don't know. I think for me, I think it's the opposite idea. I think there's going to be a few goals in it. I think you're going to have two teams that have already they know their place in the league. We know that Liverpool's going to be third in the table. We know that Villa's going to be fourth in the table. So people that can go out and just let loose. All bets are off, innit? If Villa lose, they're still fourth. Liverpool lose, we're still third. So it's one of the games. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in it. I think it's going to be like maybe a 5-goal thriller. I think it's going to be either. I think this game could go either way. You know what? I think Villa's going to win. I think Villa's got the advantage at Villa Park. Villa are good at Villa Park. They can go out and experiment a bit as well, just like Liverpool can. I think Liverpool can. I think Liverpool's going to lose. I think Liverpool's going to lose 5-4. I know it's outrageous scoreline, but I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to go with that one. I'm going 5-4. I know it's weird to do the prediction so early. We usually do the lineup first, but I think that's what's going to happen. So we're going to have Alisson in goals. Ali!
Yeah, Alisson in goals, man.
Alisson in goals. And who? Oh, yeah, by the way, I heard something about Timmy-Cass as well. I thought that he'd probably go. I heard people about they're looking to. I heard that some teams are coming in for Timmy-Cass. And I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised.
But yeah, I think for our back four, I think it's going to be Robbo on the left. It's going to be VVD and Kanate. I want to see Kanate get a game in, man. Quant has been starting over Kanate, which Quant has been putting in amazing performances, but I really want to see Kanate starting. What he's done for us this season. And he's made a few mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. But I think Kanate deserves to start.
Listen, we know that people are allowed to make a mistake. We know how it is. But but not to the Twitter mob. The Twitter mob. That one is blood on a stick. That one is head on a stick. Pause. You know how the Twitter people are. The type away. They only type like that because they know in real life they ain't gonna do anything. So whoever in the right back. Do you know if Fingy's back yet? What's his name?
What?
The one. Do you know if Fingy's back?
Bradley.
Yeah.
I think he's back. I think he's fit, but I'm not sure if he's available for this game.
We know he's playing Trent. Let's just be real.
Yeah, Trent.
Let's just be real. We know he's playing Trent. So that's the back four. Robbo, VVD, Kanate, right back. We got Arnold. So, bro, I'm asking you something now. Do you think this is going to be Robertson's last season? Because they're talking about getting new defenders,
Nah, I think we'll keep Robert at the club. I would keep him, but I think we will keep Robert at the club. Look, he's been there for quite some time, but he's still good. He's still putting in good performances. Ever since he come back after the injury, he's been putting in absolutely amazing performances. But yeah, I think we're keeping Robert at the club. That's just me.
But do you think this is his last season coming up now? The 24/25 season. Do you think this is going to be his last season?
It could be, because, he's reaching 30. I think it's 29. I think he's 30 years old now. But he's still good, man. I would keep him, but we don't want to get in that trap where we keep a player, then we let him go on a freedom and get nothing for him, So, yeah, it could be 24/25 with last season. I'll keep him. I'll probably keep him for 2 more seasons. You know, see how he turns out. But if he has a bad season next season, then that's the thing. We should look for options.
Fair enough. Who we having in the D? It's got to be Endo, isn't it?
Yeah, Endo will start.
Do you remember that last game? Or do you remember when as soon as we took off Endo, we leaked that goal?
Yeah, look, people can say what they want about Endo. People can say what they want about Endo, right? And I like him. I like him as a player, man. He's an absolutely amazing player, in my opinion. People might say, "Oh, he's Endo. He's, you know, he can be clumsy sometimes." But listen, DM is doing what he does. He rushes up the players. He gives the players a nightmare. He don't care who's up to. This is why I'll start Endo every single game. I will start every single game, even though we might get a new DM in the summer, right? I still think that we should start Endo every single game. You know, he's 30, he's playing like in his 20s. I damn wish we got him younger. I really, really wish we got him younger. You know, if he was like 25, it would be the perfect DM for us for ages. Oh. But Endo, man, he's just, you know, for his size, right, he's really, really strong. He's really, really strong for his size. Creativity not really there yet, but look, he's tackling, man. And yeah, like you said, as soon as we saw off Endo, we started to see goal. People, I saw a few podcasts. I heard a few podcasters online saying, as soon as Endo off, we conceded goals. You know, and I was saying, why did we take? I think Endo was off of an injury or something like that. I do not know, but we need Endo for the rest of the season. You know, I don't really need him because we've already got top 4. But I will start every single game this season and next season. I will start it.
Yeah, you're talking facts the whole time, man. This is why you're part of this show. I think I just want to say this is a personal message to you. I think for your age, I know you're young guy and that, but I think for your age, I think your knowledge on football is very, very, very knowledgeable. Just like Formula One, you got very knowledgeable on racing as well. Saw that podcast with Tyler Cuthberg yesterday. And I just think your journey's just starting, man. You're a young guy. I'm young as well, but you're younger, and your journey's just starting, man. I think you just keep going on your journey with your football thing and with your racing thing. I think you're gonna get there. You're there. Your work ethic is there, obviously, because you're always doing videos. I like your videos on your channel as well, because you know. By the way, whoever's watching it, this is Total's channel as well. This is why. Remember, it used to be called Solo P1. I'm still Solo P1, but the channel's changed now. Just sports, you know, that's what it's called now. Keep It Sports, that's the name of the channel, and that's why it's been rebranded, because it's both of our channel. But Total Hammer's got a separate channel on his own, where he does his stuff, like he does like FIFA videos. He's going to be doing Formula One videos, like talking about the game, if a new game what's coming out in a couple of weeks, and he's going to be doing unboxings. He's got like a wheel he's trying to get through sim racing as well. So anything contributed to that you can buy me a coffee. Not obligated to do, but it's there if you want to. And everything's there, man. So your world is your oyster, as they say. And you just keep going, bro. Just keep going. Is what it is, you know what I mean? Is what it is. Just enjoy it. That's the most important thing. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now, what we're going with our midfield?
I think, McAllister definitely got to be in there. In the midfield, I think in the other midfield will start Gravenberch. I think Gravenberch and McAllister in that midfield.
Yeah. So you're not gonna start. You're not gonna start. What about Gravenberch, man? So you're not gonna start. So sorry. So you do. Oh, so not the bottom line. So it's Gravenberch and McAllister.
Yeah.
So my head was somewhere else then, sorry. Yeah. I'll do it that way. There you go. So Gravenberch and McAllister, I think Gravenberch is, I think there's a good player there in him. Wasn't sure about him at the beginning because he really didn't play that many games. When he did play games, remember when he used to give the ball away a lot, to be fair, in games?
Yeah.
He used to give the ball. He used to do a lot of dribbling, but sometimes he should have passed a bit sooner. Sometimes he used to hold on to the ball a little bit longer than he should. But overall, I thought Gravenberch, and then he was on the bench a lot as well. when you're a player coming into a club like Liverpool and you're not getting many games, you're losing your confidence the more you're on the bench. You know, you're losing your confidence. You come on, and it's the worst thing you ever do when you come on, and when you do come on, you have one or two bad games, and then you go back on the bench. That's not really good for your confidence. But I think Gravenberch now is playing like freely, and you can see there's a good player there in it. And because he's young as well, I think that's one player we definitely should hang on to. And Gravenberch should be a start for tomorrow. McAllister just speaks for itself, innit? The savage. He could play in the D, he can play in the 10, 8, whatever. He can play anywhere. Brilliant player. And he was definitely one of the signings of the summer. So, who's going to be our front three?
Yeah, so I think on the left, of course, it's going to be Luis Diaz. Middle, Gakpo, and on the right, Salah.
There you go. So there's your team. That's our team for tomorrow. The video's been going for I don't know how long, but we was gonna do a Nunes video today, but we're gonna sack that off. We'll probably do that on Monday. We'll talk about the news with the hate on Monday. This is a video we do now because I don't want to do 2 videos in one day. 10:20 now, so I want everybody to go and enjoy this Saturday. We've got 7 people watching us on Twitter, probably, or YouTube. Remember, guys, come over to the YouTube channel and smack up that like button. Smack it up. There you go. Smash the likes and thanks on YouTube. Big up to everyone. So Toto, what's your plans for the future, bro? What you do?
You were like on the channel.
Oh yeah, we got the watch along tomorrow and the review. But what I meant about regarding your podcast and regarding your
yeah,
I like your FIFA videos, man. You know, FC24.
Yeah, I gotta get back on them, man. I haven't done one for like a couple of days now. I've got to get back on them.
Just do random cards. If you've got a new card, yeah, in FIFA. If you've got a new card, yeah, just review them.
Yes, that's what
review them. One guy I'm one for a month ago.
Yeah, like when I get a capture card, right, when there's new cards, I'll get the card and I'll review them. People want to do a player review, I'll go on some like Div Rivals or something like that.
Yeah.
And review the card and just play with them, man. But that's going to be
Pause.
Yeah. We'll come on my channel soon. Of course, there's going to be, the Getting the Toe podcast. If you want to go check that out, a new episode was uploaded, released yesterday, and actually I've got 1K views on my tweet, which I'm really happy about.
Did you put that thing I told you to put in the comment section?
Yeah, I put it to YouTube. So
did you put in the comment section? Go over to YouTube and smack the like button.
Yeah, I put it in there. Like 302 views, live viewers came in yesterday on the podcast, and there was 1K hits on my Twitter feed. So I was blown up on Twitter yesterday for stuff, all due to the Thai Cuthbert, which I really thank a lot. But yeah, when that was at 2:12 p.m, maybe it's probably on 1.1K now. I don't know. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of plans for the future.
That's cool, man. That's what I said. Keep up the graph. Keep going. Keep doing your thing. Remember, this is your channel as well, joint channel. It's not just mine, it's yours. That's why I rebranded it. Yeah, but Matt, we got to you, man. Just keep doing your thing, man. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing. It's all there. The world is your oyster. And big up to everybody in the chat. Even the Man United fans. If you want to come in my chat room, you can always smack that like button as well. Hit the like and share the video. But if anyone is watching this now on Twitter, if you've done that thing with when you was on that if you was watching the Tyler Cuthbert podcast, you remember this. There's one thing you need to remember. Come over to the YouTube where we was doing the video and smack that like button. I'll retweet it as well, and I'll make sure people come over and like the video, because it's all right watching it on X, which is good, getting the viewership as well, but your YouTube is important as well. So yeah, that's it. So big up to everybody. That's the player lineup. We've got to do this Darwin Nunes video, you know. When are you free to do this Darwin Nunes video? You want to do it Monday?
Anytime. Probably tomorrow.
You want to do it now, but we're busy tomorrow, isn't it? We're busy tomorrow.
Yeah.
You want to do it today? We can do it today straight after this if you want, you know.
Yeah.
Go live quick, do a half an hour. Okay then. So we're going live straight after this. As soon as we finish this, you stay in the chat, Toto. Stay in the camera. We're gonna go live and do the Darwin Nunes one straight away, yeah? Do about 10 minutes, talk about 10 minutes, then we could do one and it's out of the way. So big up to everybody. I'm gonna shut the video down now. Remember to come back. We're doing a video about the Darwin Nunes and the hate toward Darwin Nunes. And I know Toto Hammer feels a lot about this subject because I know you're a big advocate of Darwin Nunes. So am I as well. And there's no need to hate on the brother. No need. We should know better. So big up to everybody. Let's just get this countdown to finish and then we can finish. But before we go, we're going to say hello to our friend that comes along every single stream. Kurgan. There you go. There's Kurgan. Big up to Kurgan. There you go. Very simple. Kurgan. Let's go, man. Okay, let's go. Big up to everyone. Let's go.
Big up, man.